What's up, guys? Today we've got our hands on some new injora releases consisting of two fcx24 motors, 130 can, so stock size of the motor, and both of the motors come with a metal pinion gear, which is really nice, pre-pressed on. The red motor is an 80 turn and the purple motor is a 60 turn, but today we're going to be doing a comparison of the two. Probably going to swap the purple motor into the power wagon, do some testing, and then after that we'll swap the red motor in and do some testing and just kind of differentiate between the two and see which one I think is better, which one I like better. Alright, so here we go. We are out here where immediately I ended up trying some donuts out with this purple motor. This thing is crazy fast. And as you can see, has no problem doing donuts in the dirt. I took it inside on the wood and it had too much traction and it flipped over. Now getting to the course. When driving, I did my best to stay consistent with the throttle. Mostly to show you when I get to a bump or something, it's to see if it has the torque and such to just keep going. So I was trying to stay consistent with the throttle throughout the whole video, and the purple motor I really like. I ended up keeping the purple motor in the power wagon, which you'll see later on, but in first gear this thing just plows through everything. I wish I could drive it now, honestly, but I just destroyed the transmission gears because it had so much power. As you can see here, I am doing a vertical. This is one of the verticals out of a few that we usually do, and it does pretty good. I can stay consistent on the throttle, not really give it much change in throttle to get it over something. It does really good with that, and I think that's just because of all the torque. It's able to just push through. Right there, we hit it in second to see if I could rock bounce over it, but so going through this is like kind of one of the first times I had gone on this course, so I didn't really know the course, to be honest, so I was still kind of getting used to the course and how to drive it and such, and this thing just did really good. There is a couple spots on this course that will really put you in a bind, and this motor just pushed right through it, which is kind of scary because I'm waiting for the internals to just explode because this purple motor has so much torque. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a bind. My rear axle got hung on a very sharp rock. It was really catching me. One thing I do like about this motor is the purple motor in second gear has so much torque. Even though it's in second gear, it still has a ton of torque. As you could see a couple videos ago, that the motor still pushed through inclines and such in second gear. I was obviously trying to rock bounce it, so I just, full throttle, sent it up it, but even when trying to crawl, second gear with this purple motor is still very good. As you can see, the little step area, it does very nice. And now we're going to move on to the red motor. So as you can see, it doesn't do quite as good on donuts. It's not as fast, but it does way better than stock. The stock will basically not even try doing donuts, and it's just doing circles, where this, you can see, it is sliding around at just a little bit. Getting into some verticals, as you can see, I was trying to stay consistent, like I said, and it seemed to be doing pretty good. This motor doesn't have as much torque, so it's not as snappy. So it feels very controlling compared to the purple motor, which is just a lot nicer. It feels way smoother. But that purple motor just has that snap that you look for, which is really why I kept it. Here's me trying to go in second, and it didn't really like it. I had to give it full throttle for it to actually get up or try to move on the incline. But it's better than stock. The stock usually won't do anything there. I have to get a running start to get up that in second, but the red motor did it just fine. As you can see, I'm having a hard time getting a good line. This new course is definitely weird. It's not really new, it's just been rearranged because I had to paint my shop. As you can see in the background, it looks way better. Nice descent, just feeling the motor. It sucks that these axles do have a little bit of play in them, so you can't really feel the descent with the motor, but it is what it is. Very smooth transmission. I had to give it a little more throttle to get up that. All I've got to say is, wow, that thing did so good with both of those motors. But let's go ahead and talk about the motors. So the 50 turn, I noticed, has a crap ton of torque. Even in second gear, it has a ton of torque. As you could see on one of the obstacles, I tried to like rock bounce up it, and sorry, the generator, or not generator, but air compressor is filling up right now, but that's what that noise is. But that is it has a ton of torque. Like, to be able to just rock bounce up the rocks like that in second gear was amazing. I tried it with the red motor, and it didn't do as good. Cat's coming to say hi. It didn't do as good, but it still did way better than stock. Stock, it feels like it just has no power at all, and just with that red motor, it makes a huge difference. And then when you put that purple motor in it, it's like a supercharger. I think the purple motor, sorry, I'm messing with the cat. I think the purple motor could be a good competitor with the high-speed motor that they have. I would love to get a high-speed motor and test the difference between the speed and torque. That would be pretty sweet. I ended up putting the purple motor in there for the speed. The red motor is going to go in the Blazer. We'll have a video on that later on. But both of them, as you could see in the video, I was doing my best to stay consistent on the throttle so that you could tell when it kind of got in a bind or didn't have enough torque to pull over something. So I did my best to show that part, and I think I did pretty decent. There was no audio on the video because I plugged my mic in and didn't turn it on, so that sucked. But yeah, I really love both motors. Both you should definitely check out. The purple motor I feel like is going to be good for the Power Wagon because you're not going to care about the body as much. Well, the red motor is going to give you more torque and more speed than stock, but it's not going to be a crazy amount, so you can put it in the Blazer and not worry about crazy speeds and messing up the body and such. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and before I leave, just a short note, check out Texoma RC. He's been struggling with selling his Slayers. We will have one on the channel soon, hopefully. And check out AU Family Crawling. Super cool dude, super awesome dude. He has a live every Saturday night, and he's just fun to talk to and to hear. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.